Some devils. J-dawg back in some more goddamn questions. Questions going over today. And the video. Too many bands, not enough fans in the metal scene. That's the problem. That's exactly the fucking problem. Way too many fucking bands. Way too many. Unless you got something fucking new and original in a sense, kind of just don't even fucking bother. Way too many bands. Question marks all at the bottom, scrolling. First question mark, I say, Goat Man, goddammit. Party thrash is municipal waste, Lich King, don't know Lich King, thrash or die, etc. Yeah, that's pretty much, man, I knew that about municipal waste. Any underrated Aussie metal Rex, brah? Yeah. Underrated, I would say, is Gospel of Horns. Any of their albums, those are fucking great. I mean, they're decent sellers, so I don't know if I consider them totally underrated, but the reason why I put them in under, like, for example, they've always sold well for us. All of them, Call to Arms, Realm of the Damned, Eve of the Conqueror. Those are definitely fucking phenomenal. If you're a Destroyer 66 fan and you've never heard Gospel of Horns, you're definitely missing the fuck out. But I say they're underrated, like, 'cause the one time they came to Cleveland, it's fucking, I was almost embarrassed for the guys. There's like 40 people there. Absolute fucking joke. And again, if they were to come here in 2022, fucking just all these, the fucking land, whatever it takes. Nothing but fucking canoe city over here. Total deer and headlights, dick in the mouth. Wouldn't be there. Would not fucking be there, half these people. They're guaranteed 30, 40, 50 people. Guaranteed. So yeah, that's why I would consider them underrated, because it's half these people, but there'd be 200 people at 200 stab wounds, right? So them, super underrated for, that is underrated. There would be 10 people there if they came to fucking the land. I just don't even bother coming to this shitty ass country. Don't waste your time, brah bras, even though they're not around anymore. Is the band Atomizer, specifically the album The Only Weapon of Choice. That album I think is super fucking underrated. And then my second favorite one is Death of Forever, and then followed by Death, Mutation, Disease, Annihilation. But in that order, the Only Weapon of Choice is definitely my fucking favorite, and you never hear anybody ever bring that up. And that's an album that has its own original character. I mean, obviously, the first band that kind of pops in my mind that sounds like is Venom, but it's like at the same time it doesn't sound like Venom. It's like, yeah, you can tell these guys probably grew up, they like Venom, but it's by no means am I like, whoa, is that fucking At War with Satan? Not by any means. It's just like, that's kind of the only thing, because it's like black and thrash, but not like what you would think. It's not like the typical bands, like even just his vocal style. It's I guess similar to Kronos, but at the same time, it's like it's more similar to Kronos than it is any like the screechier black metal vocals. But it's not that either. So I guess it's like kind of in between just that and then just the music itself. It's I wouldn't go as far as calling it black metal. I wouldn't go as far as calling it thrash. Yes, it's a mix of both. Definitely wouldn't call it heavy metal. So it's like, and there are great fucking songs. Got some really good lines in there too. Some of the songs, some really cool fucking lyrics between those three albums. The only good human is a dead human. The only good human. The only good human. The only good human is a dead fucking human. Thought that was a pretty fucking truthful statement. And not only that, it's like when anytime I get something, because you can't use the word sick anymore because all these fucking canoes fucking use it that aren't even in a metal, nothing. Oh, sick, man. Remember when I first heard that, it was fucking Jacoby of goddamn Deeds of Flesh and said, I'm like, sick, what the fuck's he talking about? Didn't even know. Now you can't even use the goddamn word anymore because they're fucking butchering it, just like goddamn Homer Simpson says for the word queer. That's our word. We need it for making fun of you. Well, I'm taking back my word and I'm taking back my son. Know that line, goddammit? Fucking need to take back the word sick. These fucking douchebag canoes have no fucking business using it. So, what I think of, I can't use the word sick in my head anymore because it's cringe fucking city because all the fucking people that have no business using the word use it. It's also from the same Atomizer album, Death Forever, or End of Forever. There's two different discs that are called up the same goddamn songs. You get something in, looks cool. Now that's fucking evil. That's a song. Now that's fucking evil. Another banger. So, how many of you guys are fucking deer and headlights sticking them out on those ones? Fucking missing the fuck out. I would say that's probably the epitome of underrated. There's a ton of other great shit from Australia that's underrated. The Destructor. My favorite thing by Destructor is the Brutal Desecration 7-inch. which we've done most of the stuff by Destructor, like all their like albums. And I said for years, and I remember you Chase kind of like, yeah, we're doing a Dumbo, and I'm like, and I just thought about it like a couple of weeks ago. I'm like, Dumbo my ass. What are you talking about? That was like 10 years ago. I said that. Still nothing. Um, but I want to do the Brutal Desecration on a 7-inch picture disc. It also came out as just a regular 7-inch fold over cover. Still having that was my favorite stuff. And I remember asking Chase, was no, it's coming out on such and such or whatever. When I brought the 7-inch picture disc idea, that was we're doing X, Y, and Z, Dumbo. Okay, cool. And that was probably not 10 years ago he said that, but years ago. So I don't know what the fuck's going on with that. But everything by Destructor is good. My least favorite thing is probably Nailed, only because the sound quality is really low and they kind of tame. The last time they did the Opprobrium, if that's how you pronounce it, I can never say that word. It's a goddamn tongue twister for me. I don't know why. If it's easy for you, then good fucking for you. But I loved that record. Thought it was awesome. Nuclear Storm obviously has some goddamn, memory lane. It was like, what was that? I think that was the third CD we ever put out. It was either second or third. First was Spawn of Satan Bloodsick. Then I think the second was the Corridor Abigail. And I think the Destructor Nuclear Storm was the third. I haven't flip flop, but I'm pretty sure it was the third. Long fucking time ago. But yeah, so you can say Destructor as well. But I would say Atomizer's the king of fucking underrated because nobody brings him up. As opposed to Destructor, not that anybody brings him up, but more often than Atomizer. Like I don't think because I've actually heard some people bring up Destructor in a sense in a conversation, very rare that they like him. Like maybe they'll be kind of smart ass, not the Cleveland one, that type of stuff, or the Cleveland guys be like, not the Australian ones, but they're at least in reference to them. But I've never been in a show or anything out about anybody mention Atomizer. Ever. Fucking not once. So, Atomizer, goddammit, specifically, especially, one should say specifically, because the other ones I mentioned I like too. Nothing they did stunk. The last album they did, I was like, you could definitely tell they were changing. I wasn't a huge fan of it. It was still unique, but Only Weapon of Choice, that's literally, I consider Only Weapon of Choice a fucking 10. I don't get 10s out easy. 10s to me, those are masterpiece greats. That's literally the Repulsion Horrifieds, the Carcass Reeker Putrefactions, the Tomb of the Mutilateds, the fucking Dawn of Possessions, Here and Afters, the goddamn House by the Cemeteries, motherfucker. That's for sure a fucking 10. So goddamn heavy, it fucking gives you a headache. Those are 10s. And I honestly, Only Weapon of Choice, I'd give that a fucking 10. I really would. Most shit, the stuff that I like a lot, I give it 8s, 8.5. 9s. But yeah, I think Only Weapon, I'd have to go with a fucking 10. So yeah, if you don't have that, don't know it, missing the fuck out. That's for goddamn sure. Super Vomit, J-Dawg question. How's this for a slogan? What's heavier than Hell's? Decent. Seems a little bit like it's a little short though because the Pantera one stretched out, and technically we already have a fucking slogan. When you need metal, go to hell. So already got it covered, but yeah, not bad. Matt Cavazos, J-Dawg, do you enjoy Dio era Sabbath? Yeah, I kinda. I think it's definitely overrated. I can understand why the older devils like it. The Aussie era destroys it. My biggest thing with the Dio era Sabbath were, I wouldn't say I don't like it. I kind of do. Like I definitely own stuff. Is it was so mediocre in comparison to Dio Holy Diver and like Rainbow Rising, for example. I bring those up because Dio's singing on those. I just think those albums fucking destroy fucking the Heaven and Hell and Mob Rules. And if I had to pick, I actually kind of prefer Dehumanizer over Mob Rules and Heaven and Hell. I know some people could consider that pure blasphemy. Even though Dehumanizer, I will say that I think it has definitely some filler songs where I'm like, yeah, it's not that great. It's kind of like 90s modern sounding. There was just some songs that stood out to me much more as opposed to Heaven and Hell, Mob Rules. I'm like, it's a decent listen, but it's just kind of tame. And again, in comparison, it's not that I compare it because when I first I heard those after I heard for sure Holy Diver. Holy Diver, actually, that's another 10. Like, because you guys know me, I don't like. I like a decent amount of heavy metal, but not as much as some of the older devils, like a fucking, I don't know, goddamn King Folly or Scott Carlson. You know what I mean? That would like. I'm sure they like much more heavy metal than me, but I like some. Obviously I like more what my generation was. late 80s, early 90s. That's most stuff I like from the death metal shit. But I'd have to say, like, Holy Diver for me, yeah, I love every single song on that record. And that is without a doubt my favorite thing that Dio sang on. I like that more than all the Rainbow stuff, definitely more than Sabbath's. But then my second favorite thing would probably be Rainbow Rising. The other Dio out, I mean the other Rainbow out, yeah, Rainbow Rising would be my second favorite thing he sings on. But I like the Richie Blackmore's Rainbow and the Long Live Rock and Roll. Those are good too. It's just, but I think Rainbow Rising is fucking king. So definitely don't think the Dio era albums suck by any means, but they're put this way: if I was told today, "Hey J-dawg, you're never going to hear those albums from today. You're going to live to be 90 years old, and you're never going to hear those again for the rest of your life," I'd be completely okay with that. Distributive cult points. What's the most over the top band name of all time? Back in the 90s, there was a band by the name of Dick Delicious and the Tasty Testicles. Never heard of that. That's kind of ridiculous. You know, the first band that's popping in my mind, and I'm not saying this is it, so calm the fuck down. People are like, what a stupid fucking pick. It's just, it always stood out when I first heard of the band, and I like the band too, at least especially like the first album, the O Pussy or whatever, and the split with the Scourge is a Cock and Ball Torture. Why? Because the name was kind of like silly, but when you break it down and think about it, extreme. Like, yeah, Cock and Ball Torture. Shit, you just think of some of these guys like nuts and balls in a fucking vice or something, you know what I mean? Or goddamn using goddamn tweezers or something, or just something, somebody having a very, very bad day, right? And if you're talking to any regular people, because I don't know, not that I go around and do that and bring it up, for whatever reason they got brought up in conversation, like people that don't even listen to metal, like they don't even know who Rigor Mortis is or Cannibal Corpse or Venom and shit like that. And saying the name Cockaball Torture, you definitely get a reaction. I'm like, what the fuck? There's a band? Like kind of a chuckle, kind of whoa, like that type of shit. Um, that's the first banding popping in my mind because it gets that reaction. There's probably somebody that's got a beat, but that's literally the first band that's based off what you said, criteria wise, that I know. The one you mentioned, I never even heard of. Um, I would go with that. You know what? One that would probably get a reaction, I guess, because people are offended by the word cunt, which is, I guess I kind of knew that, but at the same time, I guess I thought it was reserved for ultra, ultra, ultra fucking pussies and not as common as I guess that it is until that fucking death shirt, fucking go watch the goddamn death shirt video, goddamn it, from my gym. They didn't like the word cunt in the back. Um, I guess that woke me up a little bit that it's that like either or maybe just most people today are just ultra, ultra fucking pussies. I just figure most people here are just fucking pussies, not the ultra, ultra, ultra pussies, right? I think a good band name that I don't think exists, and it's a takeoff fucking Necrofilth. Great fucking band, great fucking song, but don't think it's a band name. Is a Junkie Cunt. Start a fucking band called that. I think that would get a rise out of people because they, for whatever reason, don't like the word cunt. And I thought it's a cool name, funny name. It could be it symbolizes right when I hear that title, it seems kind of like it would be a more extreme style of music. First thing that pops in my mind is probably some type of like sleaze metal or grindcore or something like that. Not that it could be specific to that; it could be death metal or something. But I think it'd be a good name. Don't think anyone's used it for a band name, and I think that it could also like because imagine you fucking go to your family function, you're the only person that listens to metal in your family. But oh, Bobby, you started a band? What's your band called? Grandma's asking. Junkie Cunt. Imagine how fucking grandma's going to take that one. You know what I mean? It's kind of like one you almost have to make up a name because it's going to get a rise. And that's, to me, that's what extreme metal should do. When you just say something like, and then the band called Disma, not to take anything away from Disma, but the name itself, it does nothing. Like, the grandma's not going to be offended. Grandma's not going to care. Cockaball Torture, oh, even Nun Slaughter. Oh, Nun? Like, is like NOA, like no slaughters? Oh, the Holy Nun? Especially the Christians, like, it might get a more of a, they're not going to like that. Hell, one is, even though I think it's stupid because it's spelled with I hate God. I mean, that gets people, turning their heads. Even though I think that band, I can't stand that shit. I think it's just complete, just garbage. Never liked it. Isn't it just, I mean, it's been years and years since I heard it, but isn't it just kind of like stoner rock? Just not my kind of music. But a name that gets people fucking looking. But yeah, first one that pops in my mind as far as criteria you said is Cockaball Torture. So go ahead and steal my fucking band name, Devil's Junkie Con. Grandma won't appreciate it. Nor should she. That's the way it should be, goddammit. Little over 90. The episode with the comments for the Cannibal Corpse style shirt is. Oh, okay, I hear you. Who the hell is James LeBron? Any sick shit from Spain, brah? Hemorrhage of Alls, Christ tonight, and the commenter who suggested also, because he's not asking questions, he's answering my question. Yeah, thanks for that, brah, brah. I think we're going to go with probably Skullful of Metal for the slogan, but sent to Eric for the layout, so I don't know. You didn't get going? He didn't hear reply back. Don't get them goddamn shirts going. Andrew Shebuhar. I'm butchering that. Sorry about that, brah, brah. Don't recognize you, though. Do you tell people that they are stupid about metal to their face? Or maybe do it in a subtle way, like the Pantera fans, for example? You got one probably where people say that. Is Zano U666? Probably not. No, I mean, and in all honesty, I mean, if a guy comes up and he likes I mean, I guess I see what you're saying. Yeah, because I do call him stupid. Like when they legitimately think Pantera is the heaviest fucking band on the planet. No, because in all honesty, I'm not. I have no business. I have no interest even talking to them automatically. If you're the type of person you listen to fucking Slipknot, Tool, Coal Chamber, Mushroomhead, Pantera, and you literally think Pantera and Slayer, all because they usually listen to Slayer, they think Pantera and Slayer are the two heaviest fucking bands in the world. I'm not going to sit there and argue with you or I don't care what your title, your opinion, whatever. I know you're stupid. I don't need to tell you stupid. Just like, do I go around telling Christians that they're stupid for believing in a fucking fake God that they're never going to see? They're completely flushing it. The one life they're given, they're just flushed it down the toilet, fucking just devoted to this fucking fake piece of shit. No, I don't. They do what they want. I know they're stupid. That's on them. But the fucking, although the fan base I just mentioned is like, dude, I'm so disinterested in talking to them. I'm not going to go on my way to go up and tell them that because I don't want to start a conversation with them. The only time I am talking to them, technically, I'm not talking to them. They're talking to me. I'm trying to get out of that conversation as soon as possible. And let's get this fucking perfectly clear, too. I can literally count on one hand how many times a scenario like that has come up in my adult years. That shit maybe not one hand, maybe a couple of times at the fucking less than two hands, less than 10 times in my adult years. All these times I was mainly talking about is in my high school years. That's why it's those 90s bands. I don't even know what the equivalent is, guys. The Panteras, the Slipknots, the Tools, the Coal Chambers, the equivalent of those bands, the 16-year-olds of today that are in high school, like, I listen to heavy shit. They've never even heard of Cannibal Corpse. Never heard of them. MO who? Don't even know. Those guys. That's what I'm talking about. What bands do they listen to today? I have no fucking idea. Whatever the equivalent of the Coal Chambers and Mushroomheads are. No clue what those bands are. So that's why I just mentioned the ones that I know because that's what they came up and asking. That was my generation. Who's 2022 generation? No fucking clue. Couldn't tell you. Don't know. Don't want to know. Don't care. But what I'm getting at is I got that all in my house school years. And you know what? I might have actually told them they're stupid or fucked off to the face. At 16-year-old J-dawg, I definitely made it abundantly obvious that we're not in the same shit. I might have been a little not aggressive, but put them in their place. Oh, yeah. 16-year-old J-dawg for sure. 25-plus-year-old J-dawg? No, and you're kind of you're in a big boy adult environment, and not to mention, I just don't care anymore. I just don't fucking give a fuck at all. And part of the reason I don't care is not because, J-dawg, fucking, you're softening up over there. It has nothing to do with that. I just never see these fucks, and they never come up to me. I mean, I'll see some guy with a Pantera shirt that I'm sure he thinks he's fucking listening to heaviest shit alive at the gym every now and then, but he doesn't come up and talk to me. The ones like that have come up and talked to me, like I said, in my adult years, so let's say age 20, 37 years old now, so in 17 years, it's for sure less than 10 times. For sure less than 10 times. What's one of the more recent stories I told you guys that did? I can't even... this would be the Soulfly guy. Yeah, that when he just total oblivious canoe, thinks he listens to heavy shit, and that was already... How long ago was that now? That was I think that was 2019. It was the summer before COVID. I'm almost positive. Was it? Or at the latest, it was 2020. It was either the summer of 2020, or the summer of 2019. It was one of those. So let's just say it was even 2020. It's over already 2 years ago. I haven't had anything of the like since. So that's why it's not that J-dawg soften up and it's just I don't get it anymore. So I kind of like when you get something once every 10 years and you kind of blow them off within fucking 5 seconds. You're I'm not even talking to you. This guy's just a fucking retard. I'm not fucking wasting my time on him. Yeah, I don't need to tell him they're stupid to their face. I mean, I just know that, and whatever. He's entitled to his opinion. And again, he might not be a bad. Well, that guy was a piece of shit. That was obvious. But I'm just saying in general, just because I think Pantera's the heaviest band doesn't mean that I hate the fucking person or they're a bad person. I just think when it comes to music, you're kind of fucking stupid. And where the hell you been? Especially if this is 2022, if you're saying that, because there's a thing called YouTube. Like even if you look, let's say, because like they listen to stuff and they every now and then they put it on YouTube because let's say they own the albums, but they just put it on YouTube for convenience because they're not out and they don't have a CD player or whatever. Surely there's some recommended shit that's heavier. Surely on the recommend side. I mean, there has to be at this point. So even if they weren't searching it out, they would have stumbled across it accidentally. So if they're saying dumb shit like that nowadays, like the Soulfly guy, it's kind of like, dude, you're like ultra fucking stupid. Because like what the fuck? You kind of have no excuse. Okay, like my time, in high school when I was 16, that was 2001. You didn't have YouTube. Internet was it even not was dial up then? Was it even not dial up, or maybe dial up was just going away? When was dial up done? When was it internet? Maybe internet was kind of new then. I can't remember, but I remember having dial up. That was like 90s, so maybe we had that. I think we maybe had the fucking non dial up by 2001. Anyways, it wasn't what like it is today. You know what I'm saying? So it's at least I guess they had somewhat of a fucking past, but it's like you went to record stores, whether it been Record Exchange or Kwanzaa Hut or Coconuts or something like that. They had other shit. You didn't see other shit. Like you didn't see a fucking Eaton Back Life cover and be like, huh, this has to be heavier than this fucking stupid ass Confederate flag cover fucking by Pantera. It's common sense. It's just common fucking sense. So that's all I'm saying. So yeah, I don't need to call them off. They can't. If they're too blind to see the light, then that's on them. What is that? What's the saying? Those who fear the dark will never see the light. Well, it's kind of similar situation like that. They're that fucking stupid. They're never going to see the light of day when it comes to the metal scene, right? So that's it for this one, Devils. Comments, questions, concerns. You know what the fuck to do. Put it in the goddamn comments box again. The answer bright into the morning as always. Later, goddamn it.